Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thank y'all for stopping by the live stream again. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Jacob Tajay and Michael Beach of Life, man. I really appreciate it. All the work y'all do for the channel, NTZ crew. All my old heads, well, he's a new guy, but Doubtful Genius, Jeffrey Tatter, I see y'all, Roger Walker, Cisco International. Thank y'all for all your support over the years. Uh, Steve F says, getting laid anywhere is fairly easy. Getting respect and being valued, now that can be a challenge. Well, we're going to talk about that today. Welcome to any new viewers and subscribers on the live stream today. And anybody catching this on replay. Hey, can somebody give me a read on what the peso is? I was in there talking to Derek Q, him and his girlfriend, they're staying in the guest house. And I wasn't able to get that. But, we just want to talk about, why men coming to the Philippines. Is it for validation? Why so many men coming over here? Is it for validation? What is it? Well, of course, y'all know we like to talk about other stuff, too. And I'm going to tell you something, man. The death toll has risen to 68 from that landslide in the Val de Oro region, man. It's really shaping up to be a sad story, man. And it just makes you rethink your whole mission over here. A lot of the topics we bring up, man, they're just so irrelevant to really what's going on over here. I mean, 68 people, and they said another 51 is missing, and the officials say the time is running out to rescue those people, man. So it's going to be over 100 people probably dead, thousands displaced, and we want to talk about, where's the best place to meet a Filipino, man. It really puts things in perspective, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I say, get to know the Philippines a little bit more than what we know about it, man. It's a lot of suffering that goes on over here. I was reading this story, man. When you read, it'll bring up other stories, right? And did y'all know this? Because I didn't. In 2006, in Southern Lady, there was a massive rock slide, mudslide, that killed over 1,100 people. It consumed a whole village. Okay, and here's the thing about that. School was in session. It buried the whole school, 245 children dead, all the staff dead. They did manage to rescue one child and one teacher. But this is the kind of stuff that goes on over here that we turn a blind eye to because we're worried about this petty stuff, man, that doesn't even matter for real. The real information that we want, that we need, we don't receive it. All we want is validation from some young woman. And I'm not preaching, I'm just telling you the truth. That's the real facts over here. There's a lot going on here, man. So when you come over here, you complain and yeah, things aren't the way you think they should be, man. Why don't you stop and think for 1 second what some people endure over here? Maybe you'll be quiet. Hey, I love the chime. What's going on, Jabraz? King Arthur, I see y'all. Eric Terry, yeah, he says, I'm in the Philippines in 2 months. Come on, man. But yeah, that's shaping up to be, it's already international news because this kind of stuff doesn't happen every day. All the major networks have picked it up, man. So a lot of people died, over here. Just be careful, man, when you come over here, where you're going to be staying. Most of us come over here, and that's why I do the content that I do. Most of us come over here, we we live the same lives, really. We do the same things. Because if you start going off the beaten path, because I'm gonna tell you something, I'm looking at Holo Salou real close, man. I actually want to go and visit there. Yeah, that's a no-go zone, no-go zone. But the Philippines has declared it a peace uh, area now. It's a truce right now. I was watching some videos here lately, man. It's just so beautiful. You're talking about forbidden fruits of the Philippines, places that were off limits to foreigners before starting to open up. And this place is like 4 or 5 islands, man. Every last one of them is just the most pristine beaches you've ever seen, the freshest seafood you ever seen, because it's not overrun by tourists. And of course, Maryland, I'll stay away from there. Well, y'all told me to stay away from Siquijor Island. The government, I know the United States government says don't go there, but I'm in the Philippines. The Philippine government says it's okay. Okay, we've taken care of the threat there. But there was a German there. His name is Commander something. He's doing some great videos over there, man. But he didn't whet my appetite. It was a Filipino couple, DAY space CSEE. Her and her boyfriend had went, and it's whet my appetite about seeing these places. What's up, William? Hey, Kaz. Okay, he says it's showing 56 pesos to the $1. Wow, it's back up to 56. Hey, EC Buano. So what's up? Tom Cook says Thriller in Manila versus Thriller in Dumaguete. Yeah, but don't let that discourage you from Dumaguete. I was just there. Dumaguete is a nice place. It's just that same circle of people. That's all it is, man. Or somewhere where people are getting drunk. Anytime you mix alcohol and human beings, it's going to be some drama, but Dumaguete's a nice place. I like, chit-chatting with foreigners, maybe play a game of pool and go out to dinner, but I don't hang around places where foreigners are going to be 24/7, because there's always going to be some kind of drama. There's always going to be some type of gossip and, backstabbing and all that. You're not going to change overnight when you come here. If you're doing all that stuff over there, you like all that, you're going to bring it over here. But it's not that bad over here. You can't let a few vloggers discourage you, man. You really like Dumaguete. Jabraz said people are concerned with their own needs first. That's human nature and nothing wrong with that. It takes time to learn about a new culture and people. Yeah, that comes with time. But a lot of the good information that's out here about the Philippines, we're not consuming it. We're not receiving it, guys, because all we want to talk about is women. That's all we want to talk about is women and relationships. I was talking to Derek Q about that today. That's part of living over here. But that's not all. I'm trying to flip the script, guys, but y'all fighting me tooth and nail to keep it with the woman on top. That's the least you have to worry about. So you're throwing all your money, all your support and everything over there. But then when you want information, you coming to us. You DMing us. You're writing us emails and Facebook messages. Because actually, guys, it's more going on over here than women, a whole lot more. But who am I to tell you? R68 DVR says, it's silly to see senior citizen expats fist fighting in front of Ground Zero. Yeah, that would have been a bad sight. That would have been sad. I wasn't there. If that really did happen, it's a sad day. And they're lucky that they they're not going to be persona del, what is it? Persona del Grata. What's up, Angelo Habib? How's everything going? Yeah, but he says the drama is ridiculous, but it's only a very few people, guys. But I told y'all the art of, I mean, I did a video, you know, about Americans, man, how we are over here. I mean, really. But just all you got to do is just don't hang around places where we're going to be, where we hang out at. I mean, they hang around these bars and restaurants and stuff. Something's going to happen, man, eventually. Oh, he said something about something and something about something. That's just how it is. Cisco International says a lot of earthquakes along the Ring of Fire lately. It has been. Now, these two landslides, and most of them, usually follow a lot of rain. Both of these, the one that's going on now, where it happened last week, and then the one in Southern Lady, 10 days of heavy rain, and then here it comes. I mean, it covered a whole village. So everybody in that village died. Even 80 women was there celebrating the 5th anniversary of Women's Day in that little village. They were killed. 1,100 people, man. It's almost a 9/11 type of event. But it happens like that all the time, man. When I came over here, let's see, I'm trying to think, what year was that? I believe it was 2011, early 2012. There had been some flooding here in Allegan and was it Cagayan de Oro? I don't know if it's Cagayan de Oro, Allegan, some, man, it was like 3,000 people died. I mean, with so many people dead that the funeral homes had run out of space. They were stacking bodies in the street. So that's what I'm saying. This petty stuff that they're doing at Ground Zero means nothing to me, man. When people are really living and dying all around me, I don't care about what they're doing over there. This is what I'm saying. We need to turn our attention to what's really going on. But anyway, I'm going to open up this holo salute for my viewers. I'm not going to, the lady made it real clear. She says, I'm not encouraging you to come here. She said, but I'm telling you that it's worth the risk. That's the Filipino couple. Now, the German guy, he's all out in the front. He made 2 or 3 videos while he was there. You know, he's got a drone. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. I mean, I'm going to have to go. Maryland don't want me to go, but I'm sorry. It's been calling me anyway, because I love the beach. You know, I would go to all the no-go zones except for Morawi. I wouldn't go to Morawi because this German guy, he even went to Maguindanao. He says everyone should take a second to smash the like button. Yeah, like and subscribe. I mean, if you think my channel's giving you good information, good entertainment, like and subscribe. It's free, man. You know, it doesn't cost you anything. You know, that's the least we could do, you know, to put my vlogs out in front of more people. Mike Reynolds says, I haven't seen all that many fishing videos. As beautiful as the Philippine waters look, there has to be great fishing. Yeah, it is, but mostly from the locals. Just put fishing videos in that search. I'm pretty sure they're going to come up. He said, Cal, it's going good. Not to do the dirty, but I've been getting more love and action from my girlfriend I got in years. Absolutely, you have. That's what the subject is about today, and we're going to get to that. Yeah, persona non grata. They're lucky because it's too much going on, man, for the Philippine authorities to have to deal with some old ass men fighting over some gossip or whatever it is, it's their business. I don't even keep up with that stuff, man. It's not worth it. Hey, Boo Hoo says, good morning from Mexico, Cal. Good morning. But what is validation? I just wanted to, as it pertains to us today, it's proof that something is based on truth or fact or is acceptable. So in our case, we're thinking, we want to know, do our lives still matter as men? We're ignored and underappreciated at home. Our self-esteem is low. We crave attention. Okay, you see what Angelo Habib said. I mean, the timing couldn't have been more perfect, Angelo, for your statement, But a cure for all that is a trip to the Philippines. And a lot of men are finding that out. If you look at the videos, the people over here, the couples you see over here, you're going to see the average to below average men. A lot of us are over here. I don't just make those videos to be yapping, guys. I'm telling you what I'm seeing. This is because we're not getting any action over there. The memo is out. Come to the Philippines. You're going to get plenty action. Doesn't matter what you look like. Okay? Doesn't matter how old you are. You're going to get some attention. You're going to get some action. You're going to get some loving. And we're flocking here because we want to be validated. And the men who say, oh, well, no, I don't. Well, why are you coming over here then? Honestly, he said, I'm glad your trip is paying off. Yeah, he got the memo. You heard what he said. He's been getting more love and care than he's had in years. DeMarco Smith says, in my opinion, I feel like it means to be accepted by everybody else. Yeah, but when you're not accepted over there, you're thrown away in the garbage. Your life doesn't matter really, unless you got millions of dollars. You're well off, and that's let's keep it on the guys who come over here, because everybody over there is not being neglected. There's some men who don't want to move outside the United States. Everything's going good for them, but for a lot of us, we're coming over here, man. We're seeking validation. We want to make sure, look, do I still got it? Do I still got it? Is my life really over? Because, as much as I say, hey, we got to make it about something other than women, I think that's where it stems from. The fact that we don't have healthy relationships over there. And I guess you can be like me after a while when you've been over here long enough and you've gotten all that out of your system. That's the reason why I talk the way I talk. Because it's no longer a big deal to me. Okay, he's in Cancun. Wow. He says, if I was a celebrity, people would care about me. Yeah. He said, I didn't tell my ex-wife about my girlfriend yet. Oh, so now she's your girlfriend. Wow, it's progressing, brother. I hear you. Because you were skeptical about coming, but I'm glad for you. He said, but the thought of a woman making me breakfast really, really pissed off my ex-wife. And she really tore a strip off me the other day about it. Oh, okay. Wow. Jacob Townsend says, a young tender sister stepped to me at Kroger the other day. I was shocked. It's crazy what goes through my mind when it comes to women, specifically black women. It just seems like they're all kin to me. Like they're all my sisters or something. I guess because I haven't dated a black woman in so long, man, it just seems crazy to me. It's like, I love and respect black women, but I don't want to date you because you seem like you're my daughters or something. I don't know. Hey, Cisco, he said, just wanted to say the Dirty Kitchen came out great, Cal. What a bargain, too. Man, we done fell in love with that thing. Maryland's out there cleaning every 5 minutes, sweeping it and everything. It really did come out good. Generic Stacker says 26 years in the Navy helped me to see options and the possibility of moving overseas. Yeah, the Navy is what gave me my travel bug too. I've never been the same. I didn't do 26 years, but and then watching Andrew Zimmerman and Anthony Bourdain, it just added fuel to the fire. It did. But we're saying, excuse me, we get the memo, just come to the Philippines, and it's mission accomplished. Okay? Our confidence is restored now. People who come over here with their heads in the sand, low like this, now it's in the clouds. Some of us think we're all that now. That changes really, really quick, man, with the right attention. But there's a reason why we get that old sick feeling in the pit of our stomach when it's time to leave. We're sad and depressed because we don't want to go back to that neglect. We don't want to go back to reality. So some of us, like me, we never leave. We don't even want to go back, not even for a second, really. I've got it so good over here. I don't want it, just for 1 second. Do I want to go back there? But even though I'm going to have to, it's going to be like gritting my teeth when I get there. Just the whole attitudes and everything I'm going to be missing over here. Because my buddy, he's getting ready to go back, take care of business. He said he's going to be gone for 2 months. I was like, man, I don't know how you're going to do it. He said, I ain't got a choice. I got to take care of this business. It's really pressing. And I think that's the only thing that's going to get me through. Yardy says, anybody have any recommendations or tips when purchasing travel insurance? It's my first time traveling across the world, so any pointers would be helpful. Just go ahead and purchase the insurance, the travel insurance option that comes with your ticket, Yardy. And I believe that's good, for 30 days or something? Whatever it is, read the policy, read the fine print, ask the airline, because they're always going to have that box that you can check. It usually costs about anywhere from $40 to $70. When I traveled from 2 years ago from Thailand, I checked it because it gives you a lot of other options, not just health insurance in the case of emergencies, but if your luggage is lost, if your plane is delayed. But I would just check the box with my ticket, Yardy. That's what I would do. E.C. Buono says, anybody who's been here any length of time will be sick and sad when they have to leave the Philippines. I know I do every time. I don't care how long I've been here. When it's time for me to go back home, I don't want to go back. Philip Gaines said Pacific it's reasonable. But yeah, that's health insurance. He's talking about travel insurance. Just check that box when it's time for you to buy that ticket, Yardy. You're going to be fine. Hollywood Baby says, hey, brother Cal, finally catching you live again, bro. I'm glad all is well with you and your family. Thank you. It's my favorite fireman, man, down in Atlanta, man. Thanks, brother, for your service. What's up, Sperling Edwards? Thanks for that super chat. He said, I got tired of the same old, so a friend introduced me to the Philippines. Now I'm 2 years, boots on the ground. Yeah, I'm going to have to come up there, man, I'm going to have to come over there and meet you, man, and eat lunch with you. Because you're in Iloilo, right? I don't know why I thought you were in Bacala, but hell, that's only 3 hours away. But you're right. And you're going to get you're going to find a whole lot of differences over here. But I think if we keep everything in perspective, we're going to be okay. But we done let things get out of hand, man, with these women. I mean, I don't care how much I talk to you, it doesn't mean anything. When I tell you that's the least you have to worry about. You can't make that your number one focus, guys. It's going to cause you problems because they know, okay? And, they think they know why you're coming here. Michael C. in the Philippines said, "Good morning, Cal. I'm in Chicago now. I'll be back home to Manila on the 15th, but true, can't wait to get back." Well, the 15th, hell, that's 2 days from now. I know you're happy. Yeah, he's going to be gone for 2 months. I was like, wow. He said, "Angelo Habib, you still get to do karaoke?" Cisco says, "It feels like a girl you really like broke up with you when you leave the Philippines." The very first time I left, man, I had that feeling. And I was like, wow, why am I feeling this way? I was only here for 2 weeks. I mean, I felt like I wanted to cry, man. My eyes welled up, when the lady dropped me off, because I'm sitting there, you got to be there 4 hours before your flight takes off. And for about the first 2, we were just sitting out in the lobby. You could still see the outside, and you see people coming into the Philippines. Oh, man, you're leaving. It's just a hell of a feeling, man. So I just said, the hell with it. I'm not even leaving. What's up, Mike Dawsonville? He said, "What's going on, brother Cal? How's everything with you and the family?" Everything's good, man. Derek Q and his girlfriend are here. I think they're on their way to Dumaguete, so they came through here first. I may do an interview with him to kind of catch up with him. When he helped that guy, that old man, get back home. See, that's what, being a good compadre is all about, a good expat. That's what expats do. We don't fight each other, because it's another video going around in Dumaguete, by the way, of a foreigner. He's fighting Filipinos. He comes running across the street, tries to kick the Filipino. He slips and hits the back of his head, and I guess passes out. And hell, they start kicking him. I mean, they go like WWF on him, man. And I'm like, why would you come all the way over here for that? I don't hang around in places, man. I go get me something to eat, and yeah, my data kicked in. It's a brownout, but it probably not going to last but a few seconds. Ike Charles says, "Hey, Cal, Alliance Global Assistance is a good travel insurance." Yeah, a lot of times, though, you can just check the box, ladies and gentlemen. Don't make it so difficult. Just check the box. They're going to give you the option of checking that box. Just check it. Yeah, I was frozen. We're having a brownout right now. He said, "What kind of idiot is that?" I don't know. I don't hang around those places. The Wyandotte is known for all that riffraff like that, but they also known to have good food. It's not the place, it's the people who patronize the place. What's up, S1 Philly Vibes? Hey, Jim Jones, he said, "I love the video yesterday, Cal. Keep it up." Which one? Thank you. He said the dirty kitchen's on point, brother. Thank you. He did a great job. We're going to take that towel all the way across. And then, maybe when the weather is a little bit better, we're going to sleep out there in the tent with the kids. Booby wants that so bad. Angelo Habib says, I didn't do any karaoke here yet. In fact, I hardly did anything yet. But the karaoke scene here isn't my style. I'll leave it for the Filipinos. Yeah. They're not afraid. They're not ashamed. He says, do solar panels help with blackouts, with the brownouts? I guess they would, but the cost is not worth the risk. I mean, it's just, we don't have that many brownouts. I mean, to spend all that money on solar, in my opinion, would be a waste in San Carlos City. Now, somewhere like Dumaguete, which has a whole lot more brownouts than I do, you know, he said, I can't wait to see Maryland's liberation cow. Let me know. Now, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I told you when you sent me that video about that, man, it kind of was cringy. I don't know how to take you now. I thought you was okay, but when you sent me that email, man, it was like, you know, don't do that, man. We can overstep boundaries, guys. I mean, I'm an okay guy. We don't have to go that route. But these solar panels, yeah, that I don't think they're worth the cost. Mike Dawsonville said, what's with the YouTubers fighting each other in Dumaguete? Said Mark Thornton beat up on a handicapped man. I don't know, man. That's a good question. I stay away from that stuff, man. It's only that, you've been here, Mike Dawsonville. You know that doesn't happen all the time. It's that same group of guys down there that get into it with each other, you know, for whatever reason. And they try to give the whole city of Dumaguete a black eye. But I'm sorry, guys, Dumaguete's a nice place. I could walk up and down that boulevard all day long. That's where I would be hanging. That would be my hangout spot. But then if you go south of Dumaguete, it's a whole bunch going on. Bacone, Darwin, Zamboanguita, Shatton, Bayawan. See, y'all ain't hip to Bayawan. It's like Dumaguete was in 2010. It's got a nice boulevard. Okay, but it has an actual beach and then the ocean. Dumaguete's got that. I call it a plaza because that's what it is now. It's really nice. You can get a massage and everything over there. But those guys, man, I don't know what they're doing. Yardy says, Cal, I'm not traveling 8,000 miles without buying you lunch or even a coffee. I'm only there 2 weeks, though. See, now it's back on. Okay. It says, I'll be in Cebu for 5 days in April. We should work something out. Oh, absolutely, man. Just let me know and we'll come down there. Because I've got a lot of friends, actual friends in, excuse me, let me plug in Cebu. And where else are you going to visit, Yardy, besides Cebu? I'm plugging this in, guys. Hold on. He said Mark Thornton has been arrested. His bail is set at 100,000 pesos. Old Dog is raising money to get him out. He will probably be deported and blacklisted. Are you sure? Is this real? Because I ain't even been following it. I saw the video part of it, that he got in a fist fight, but I didn't know if he was arrested. I certainly don't know if Old Dog is raising money because I don't think they're on good terms, but I don't know. I don't think that's the case. Yeah, rule number one, guys, and you're going to be out of in trouble. You know, I think this Jim Jones guy done went south on me. I thought he was an okay guy. I don't believe that. I charged the Calvin does Rock Engineering build in Cebu area. I'm not sure. I know when I asked him that question before, he said that he's focused right now on Negros Island. Gabriel says, wait, hold on. Hey, what's up, Moments with Mitch? Yeah, no, I'm not thinking about investing in Starlink because, like I said, I've got good Wi-Fi here, man, even though sometimes it's slow and we got brownouts about once every 4 or 5 months. The expense, I don't think, is worth it. Let me see. I just saw this. Hold on. Oh, here. Gabriel Lincoln says, I'm retired military and a single father with 2 kids. Considering moving to the Philippines, my teenage kids are on board about the move, but what is your realistic opinion? Would they be safe? Absolutely. It just depends on where you're going to move. And more than likely, you're going to be in expat alley. So you're going to be in a place where there's going to be other expats and their families. There's international schools here. There's private schools here that teach nothing but English. They teach in English, rather. I think they'll be fine. But, you know, the thing about teenagers is the friends they're going to leave behind. And starting all over, that's what's going to be the biggest thing. Yeah, let me see. Okay. I got to get rid of this guy. Yeah, I know. I'm going to, y'all can go ahead and get rid of that Jim Jones guy. I wasn't going to get rid of anybody, but he's annoying. He's one of those guys, he's got to go. There's no telling who he is. I know. I knew right there when he said they were. But yeah, I want to go to Holo Salud. If you go on YouTube, man, look up some of those videos. One of them is called, what's the name of that beach? Tando Beach. It's pronounced Tando. Tanduh Beach. Man, it's unbelievable, man. Had my bones aching, man. Cause y'all know I'm a beach guy. And you're talking about the sand is just so white. I mean, it's the whitest sand I've seen in the Philippines. And it wasn't no filter because nobody's there, obviously. What's up, Don? But yeah, a lot of guys are getting that memo. They're coming over here because they feel relevant over here in the Philippines versus at home where, hell, they feel irrelevant. Nobody listens to them, but over here, they're the man of the house. They're the king of the castle. And you see it, you know, and I'm happy for people, but You know, it is what it is. You know, there's a lot of average and below average guys over here living it up. I've been to Boracay so many times, man. It's nothing like this place. Okay, it's nothing like this place. This Holo Salu is untouched, man. Really, this Filipino couple when they were on this Tando beach, there was nobody else on the damn beach. Only the people they brought with them. I mean, and it stretched for kilometers, man. But no, Boracay's nice. Don't get me wrong. No, you don't want to check out that Holo Salu, man. Let it kind of open up a little bit more. Paul Thurston said Mark Thornton wasn't arrested. He's doing a live stream this very moment from his home. I didn't believe that anyway. I mean, I thought this guy was okay, man, but evidently he's not. There's no telling who these guys are. They've got all the time in the world. They're the most precious thing we have. They're wasting it. He says, I have to check it out now. You don't want to check out that Holo Salu. Not yet. There was a German there 2 months ago. I guess he figured, well, I don't know when I'm coming back. And he made a slew of videos. I saw 3 of them from his one trip. And they all got a lot of views because it's really a no-go zone, no-go zone. I mean, it's at the top of the list, the U.S. State Department. But the Philippine government says there's a peace treaty there. And the minute he got off the boat, that's what the people said. It's peaceful here now. Because, you know, Filipinos were caught in the middle of all that fighting and stuff. I don't think they wanted all that either. Grumpy Dude Brand said, morning, Brother Cal. Speaking for myself, it's not the need to feel relevant or needed. I could survive alone on a deserted island. I love the pace of the day and not stressing over life and needs. Yeah, but I know there's a woman somewhere in there that's giving you attention and everything and love and care. I mean, we're men. There was nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't. They asked Cat Williams. It says, if you could be stranded on a desert island with anybody, who would it be? He said, with a very good swimmer. But now I don't want to be alone. Not at 60 years old, man. You know, especially once you've eaten the fruit, man. It's hard. You know, you can't miss what you never had. But once you've had it and you're having it the way that a lot of us are having it, man, you don't want it any other way. But I hear you, man. I hear you. Yeah, he said more beaches, less drama. What's up, Patrick Blackrock? He's over in Malaysia, I think. How's that working out, man? He says, Cal, you better add boxing to your workout schedule. Stay ready versus get ready. No, I'm going to be like Mike Epps. Y'all see that him and Shannon Sharp's going at it. You know, Shannon Sharp done lost his damn mind. All the people that's talking about him, but he wants to pull up on Mike Epps. Mike Epps said, I don't fight anymore. He says, you know what, only alternative. He says, so you can run up on me if you want to. And that's just the way I feel. I'm not going to fight anybody over here. If I ever feel my life is in jeopardy, I'm going to jail. Because there's no cause for that. I'm not going to do anything to make you want to come up on me. Yeah, Tando Beach, yeah. That right now, they say it's a no-go zone, no-go zone. Philippine government said something different. It's grabbed a hold of me, man. I want to go because, you know, I lived in Zamboanga on and off for 10 years. And it's a ferry ride. I believe it's 8 hours. I mean, you know, but it's a risk. But, you know, no balls, no blue chips But what he's shown me and what I've been watching on YouTube, and I'm going to do more research. I'm probably a month or two away from really making a decision to go. But I know Marilyn's not going to go. She's already decided she's not going to go. He said, shh, plural. But for Filipinos, all benefit if you can maintain your composure. Absolutely. I don't know if anybody's ever came over and tasted the fruit and doesn't want it over and over. But remember, we got to put that in its proper place. It shouldn't be up here. It should be somewhere in the middle. I would rather come over here and find my way around first, because she's going to get in your way. Look at Angelo Habib. He hasn't went anywhere. He hasn't went anywhere because subconsciously that woman is controlling his schedule. He doesn't realize it, but she is. You know, because remember, they're the throat goat. They're the throat goat. You know, they know how to get you. They put that thing, they start nibbling on that thing. You ain't going nowhere. Wow, he's on the glass pipe in the Philippines. That's the worst thing. Yeah, I need my eye candy by my side, man. I don't care what nobody says. I'm whipped in a good way. She's not controlling me, but boy, I like it. You can be whipped in a good way. Oh, okay. He said, okay, things are great. The Chinese New Year, now lots of activities. I might have to swing by the Philippines again before heading back to the Matrix. Yeah, the Chinese New Year started last Friday. And in San Carlos City, you don't see a whole lot of activity, but we saw some stuff going on in Dumaguete. Because I asked Merle, I said, why don't they do a lot in San Carlos City? She said, well, they actually do. You just don't see it. It's mostly around where the Chinese live. She said, because a lot of Chinese in San Carlos City. He said, Calvin, he said, Rico from Dumaguete Dreams is on the glass pipe again. I don't know him. Hey, Lil Sai said, salute from France, Cal. Thank you. Yeah, he said, eye candy's everywhere. Yeah, throw go alert. Yeah, they know how to, they're going to put out all the stops to try to control you. But you can have the whip appeal. You can be whipped in a good way. It doesn't always have to be bad. It's only bad when you let the woman control you with that thing. You know, if you don't do this, I'm not going to do that. See, you're not going to run into that over here. Being whipped is you got it so good that you want it all the time. See, that's the kind of whipped I am. W Secrets of Success said Marilyn has to come to the Matrix with you, Cal, so she understands the importance of why you decided to leave. Yeah, but it's not easy, man. A friend of mine, he tried to get his life partner that tourist visa. I don't know how that works because she owns a house and lot. She got money in the bank. She's been to several countries. You know, she got grandchildren here, the whole 9 yards, and they turned her down. But I've got another friend who was a U.S. contractor. Hell, and they gave his wife a 10-year tourist visa. She can come to the United States without him. Yeah, I'm not getting into that gossip stuff, guys. That's what keeps trouble going. You get over here and get to start gossiping and stuff. I don't know anything about people, and I really don't care. It's enough for me to take care of my own life. He says, have you heard from brother? He said, hey, Cal, have you heard from brother Geechee? the other day we text on um, WhatsApp, but I don't see him. He doesn't come around. I don't know why. Um, but he did tell me he's been going to Zumba doing the throughout the day. But he's friends with a guy who, Dana Middleton, and I think Dana Middleton's in his ear. I'm just, I just think that may have something to do with it because I haven't done anything to get you like. I actually kind of felt something was funny because I said, hey man, why when he came back from his travels, I said, why don't you, let me interview on my channel and so you can give people an update. And he didn't want nothing to do with that. I was like, oh, okay. So I don't bother him. He's a grown man. You know, he said, dead man can't sue. Also, only one side of the story. He said, yeah, Geechee got a woman in Davao City. I really don't know. I really think that he got hurt when, you know, reality set in about Filipino P. I don't know what that was all about. But I think his whole purpose was to come over here and meet her or something. And then when that didn't happen, it's like the light went out. He doesn't even seem like the same guy to me. But I don't know. I don't see him really. Yeah, that's right. He said the trolls are out tonight. Well, the most precious thing we got, man, they want to waste it. But, I really believe men are coming over for validation. The type of men I see, they're so happy because, I'm an insurance agent. I get around in Kentucky and I know people. I know how to read them. And I'm looking and I'm saying, yeah, I know he's happy, man, because I know he's not getting anything over there in America. And look what he's got over here. Everybody's getting that memo. And some people are taking that risk. They're getting on the plane and coming over here. They say, well, hell, ain't got nothing to lose. Look at Booby. Well, you just got out of school? Well, get some clothes on. He said, yeah, you gave it a shot, Cal. I learned to let people have their space if that's what they want. Yeah. Yeah, I understand, guys. I'm not going to get into that. Come on now. Stop with all that. Hey, Hal, what's up, man? He said, this is the first time I caught your live stream from the Philippines, Cal. It's good to be here in my condo here in Parananque City. Wow, okay, so you're back. Or did you ever leave? Or you just get back? My friend stayed there. What? No, I'm on my live stream. Hun, somebody help Booby find some clothes. He stayed in Paranaque. Now he's on his way to Costa Rica. He said he's going to give that a try. Because when he came here, he said, is that why your pixels are broken?
You're still talking. You need to wash your hands.
Hey, come on, guys. Get rid of this guy, too. These probably are the same guys. Believe it or not.
What did you do?
Because I don't believe that about I'm not taking that guy's word about I really don't care anymore about the algorithm. You guys get on your nerves. He said, I just got back, brother. Okay, he's been here for 3 weeks. Yeah, he said he liked it there. But he didn't have a good he met me in Cebu. We went out to dinner at TGI Fridays. But he was trying too hard, with these women, man, I don't even want to talk about it, guys, because it's just gonna go in one ear and out the other. I got to get rid of this right here. This guy. But yeah, he came over for a woman, and man, she tried to take him through the ringer. I mean, he didn't even know her, and she asked him to buy her a car. There. But yeah, because my wife was with me, and I was trying to tell him, give him some pointers about dating over here, man. He just couldn't get it. He never got it. But I just want to make sure this thing is hit the like and subscribe, guys. Show me some support. I mean, I don't have a pussy and I don't wear a bikini, but damn, I think I give out good information. Okay. There you go. There. But yeah, I haven't. He says that Sperling, it was okay. I'm not familiar with that area. I've been to Luzon 7 times. Okay, he's in Iloilo. Yeah, Iloilo's nice. If you've never been to Iloilo, it's nice. And then it's on the same island. Well, not really, but you can go right to Boracay. It's only a 5-hour ride on the bus to Cataclan. Then you catch that ferry. It's literally a 5-minute ferry ride to Boracay. Yeah, he's gone. Am I still frozen? Because my Wi-Fi's back on. What's up, Richard 2019? Did you see the workout video I put on the members only? You asked me for that. I'm going back again today. That walk took a lot out of me, man, and I'm just now getting my motivation back to get back in the gym. Yeah, that walk, man. They asked me about that walk the other day when I was in Dumaguete. They said, yeah, I can't believe you walked that far. And I said, I can't either. I had heel spurs, man. I had all kind of stuff going on. I mean, really. I'm not going to lie. Hey, Mike Dawsonville, thanks for that super chat. Said, keep up the work, brother. Happy Man 6920 said, hello, y'all. Just got here. Who is this guy saying Geechee's in a wheelchair and hits the pipe? Yeah, he's gone. He said, Cal, if you use that router that PLDT provided, you may want to get another router. Believe it or not, it may help with some of the issues you're facing. Yeah, I don't face a lot of issues. Actually, remember, I'm using Wi-Fi. I'm not plugged into that router. What you saying? I may get another router from PLDT? A new router? Is that what you're saying? Okay, thank you. Yeah, he's just surprised and shocked after reading a comment. He'll move again soon. Yeah, retired 2019. So yeah, I did that with you in mind, retired 2019. What's up, Mario? He said, Big Cal, keep doing what you're doing, bro. You keep the content respectful and informative. But thank you, man. I appreciate that. I want to open up a little bit more of the Philippines to my viewers and subscribers. That's why I'm thinking about going to Holo Saloon and to some more places, because when you look on YouTube, it's a reason why we talk basically about the same things, because we do that as a service to our viewers. you're going to come over here and you're going to live basically the same way we live. You're not going to do much different. And that's why content like that is important. And it seems like, oh, everybody's talking about the same thing over and over and over because, yeah, you're going to do the same things we're doing over here. Now, if you're a scuba diver or something like that, a pilot, if you're a fisherman or something like that, it may be different. But most of us, we're going to come over here and do the same thing. We're going to go to the same places. You're going to go to Boracay, Palawan, and you're going to go to what? The Laguna. You're going to go and do the same thing. You may go up in the mountains. You're certainly going to date. And that's why these topics are the way they are. And remember, if you watch my channel, YouTube's going to put other channels in front of you that's similar to mine. So if you want something different on your stream, I promise you, this is the cookies. They're following you. All you have to do is watch a different type of video. I watched that video on Holo Salou, and now my feed is full of Holo Salou, Baziland, Tawi Tawi, Maguindanao, Cotabato City, at Barang's Moro region. Because if anybody doesn't know, there's a group of Muslims, the Bangs Moro agreement, where they're self-governing now. They're separate from the Philippine government. And with any new government, you know, it's a lot of problems, a lot of terrorist attacks, mainly suicide bombers, and all but one have been foreigners. But I'd like to see some of that area. Okay, went with his own. Okay, yeah. I'm going to look into that because I'm not really tech savvy. He said plugging into your router does give you a stronger, faster signal, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to, my next live stream, which is going to be in the morning with my members. I didn't do it last week. We were in Dumaguete. I'm going to plug my laptop right into that router and see how that comes out. He said, I told you that walk of death was going to kick your butt. It did more mentally, though, not physically, but mentally. It did. I mean, you're talking about 130 to heat index, but it's something I can look back on. I'm going to tell you something. Filipino people, that wasn't lost on them. They can appreciate that walk. No matter where I go, if they saw that walk, they asked me about it. Y'all act like it was nothing. Y'all done forgot all about it, and y'all done went on to something else. Man, that was a hell of a walk, man. That was a hell of an accomplishment. Was it stupid? I don't know, but I know it was a hell of an achievement. But y'all take that kind of stuff for granted. I mean, a lot of the people in San Carlos City, they didn't even know me. They didn't know me from the spin wheel and the giveaways and all that. They know me from that walk. He said the Filipino government really needs to work on internet access. The people really benefit greatly. We're already a quarter of the way through the 21st century, for crying out loud. No, they have. We've got 5G here, man. Fiber optics. I mean, if you'd came here in 2009, maybe then when they had 2G technology, but no, they've got good Wi-Fi here. Ask Kaj, he's working up there. A lot of people over here in the Philippines right now, they're working off the internet. They have to have good internet to do their jobs in order to live over here, to work remotely here. It's working. Kamal says, would you scuba dive? Those stingrays always concerned me. I think that guy that got killed by that stingray, I think he did something wrong. He scared that stingray because normally they don't attack like that. You know, what's his name, the Australian guy. But scuba diving is something I'm going to do eventually. I just haven't decided who I want to give me the lesson. Siki Hor, Dumagetti. But that's something we're going to do. What's up, Rashad? He said, Uncle Cal, I need to come to the Philippines to find me a Filipina that looked like 80s actress Tia Carrera. Man, Cal, she's bad. Well, I'm pretty sure, you don't want to come for a woman, man. Angelo said, Calvin, it definitely was a hell of a walk you did. I can hardly walk out of my subdivision without sweating like a pig and feeling disgusting. Yeah, man, it hasn't been lost on the Filipino people over here. They're really amazed by that. Because they ride motorcycles everywhere, but they've got a fitness community over here. You wouldn't believe, because maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks after my walk, they had like 100-kilometer race. I mean, they were running, but they didn't stop like I did. It was like what they call those, an ultra marathon, because I sponsored a guy. I gave him 500 pesos. He had other sponsors, but yeah, they do that kind of stuff over here. Jabraz says, I used to have terrible Wi-Fi and finally realized it was the router modem from the internet provider. Got a newer model from them and no issues. Well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have Merlin do that. He says, Kamal, stingrays are scary. I actually caught one while fishing and the SOB was violently throwing his tail around. Yeah, you scared him because they don't bother you normally. I'm not going to get anywhere near that tail. That's what killed that guy. He said, honestly, the walk reminded me of Harriet Tubman. He said, the Philippines I went to in 2000, the average person didn't even have a phone in the province. They've come a long way in only 24 years. Absolutely. They had 2G technology in 2009. Everybody had the little bitty phone, and you didn't see anybody talking on the phone then. Everybody was texting. I mean, you really had to know what you were doing because you was using, they didn't have the keyboard on these smartphones, You were using like the numbers, and then you had to hit it twice for it to turn into the alphabet, and it was crazy. But they sit up there, they were experts at it. Jeffrey Taylor says, yeah, either way you complete it, Cal. Yeah, that's right. He said, Cal, you dropped a lot of weight from that walk, a.k.a. Gandhi. I did, but I'm back in the gym now because I'm contemplating my next feat. I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, yeah, they do Ironman. They do that too. Yeah, Steve Irwin. Okay, yeah, he stepped on the stingray by accident. They said they stay at the bottom in the sand. They're only a threat if you're walking on the bottom. Should be totally safe from them scuba diving. Yeah, I see a lot of people over here scuba diving, and they'll have the stingray above them or below them. Hey, Hayden in the Philippines said, good morning, Cal. Seems like a lot of people coming at you, trying to build their brand off negativity directed at you. Yeah, I don't get that. You can't do that though. I mean, there's no enduring success. You got to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. But yeah, you're right. I just ignore it, and I take it as a compliment, really, because believe it or not, when I had 500 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, I'm doing the same content. I'm talking about the same thing. Nobody was bothering me. So I must be doing something for them to do that. I don't get it. But hey, let them do it. It's not going to affect my bottom line, nor is it affecting my life over here. Hey, Elliot. He says, are there any sharks in Philippine Sea? Yeah, absolutely. They've got alligators over here. I was shocked to find out because I've never seen them. They've got pythons. They've got cobras here. Remember, this is these are tropical islands. Yeah, they've got sharks, dolphins, whale sharks, big, gigantic whales here. You can swim with them in Oslov, in Wall. I mean, if you catch the ferry from Toledo to San Carlos City and you leave early in the morning, you'll see them dolphins, man. I've seen them before. I mean, it's a sight to see. How's everything, Elliot? He says, I miss my brick phone. Wow, man, you must have had it going on. The only guys I saw with them things back in those days was the dope dealer. And I mean, it was like an event. They show up at the basketball game or something and pull that big thing out, and they had everybody's attention. You couldn't afford them things. A regular person couldn't afford them. Okay, he says she's American Filipino, born in Hawaii. I know that Brian McKnight married a Filipino woman from Hawaii. I don't know if she was born there or not. He said those fools are the new era soap operas. Yeah. He said, our guy says, I know that we aren't supposed to come to the field for the women, but that throat goat video you made last night didn't help the cause, OG. Yeah, I'm just letting you know what's over here. Once you get over here and get settled, you're going to have that in the first 5 minutes. But if you make that your focus, now what? Okay, now that you get that and you have all of that situated, you got the fine woman, the tenderoni next to you, now what? You think you're just going to sit over here and watch her all day, man? You're going to be bored as hell. And remember, she's not going to be able to show you where to rent, where to go, because she doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, that's waiting for you. Yeah, they be cloud chasing. Yeah, they want to be me. They want to sit in my seat. I mean, why else would you do that? I don't hate anybody enough. I feel sorry for them because I don't dislike anybody enough to make a video about them. I mean, you're not that important as far as I'm concerned. You know, you're just not that important. But you got to ask them why they do it. He said, I was wondering because you never hear of any attacks. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and that's a great point, too. Maybe they're getting caught up in them fish nets enough that they stay way out in the middle of the ocean. But with these warm waters over here, I'm sure there's sharks here. Yeah, back then only the big players had them phones. Y'all know I ain't lying. And you had to be doing something, man, to have them type of phones. You know, imagine those guys had all that money. They weren't even doing any traveling. They were just going around and around in the neighborhood with their fancy cars and jewelry and stuff. I'm like, if I had the type of money that some of those guys had, the police never would have found me. They'd have caught me when all my money was gone. I'm gonna spend all my money first. Okay, then I'll turn myself in. I'm not gonna turn myself in and give all my money to the damn lawyer. You know they're gonna give you. There's mandatory laws, and you know they're gonna get you. The Earth's 197 million square miles. Catch me if you can. Rico XXX said they creating a Hood Jerry Springer show in Thailand. Yeah, but a lot of those guys aren't even in Thailand. But you're right. They're doing that around that Thailand genre now. It's a bad look, man. I mean, really, you think that what they're doing down in Dumaguete it's nothing, man, you know. He said those phones were a couple of $100 a call. Wow. Yeah, they had big money when you had those phones back then. Only the big dope dealers had them in my neighborhood. Nobody else had them. You didn't even think. I've seen people have phones in their cars before, but not the cell phone like that. Walking around. Yeah, they had them in their cars, but not them big ones like that. That big brick, that was a status symbol. You pull that sucker out, it's all eyes on me now. You know, it's crazy. He said, I had a American Series 600, 25 cents per minute. Wow. But I remember cell phones were expensive. The calls were expensive. He said, I'm the CEO in Showgirls. Yeah, only the big guys had those phones, man. I mean, you really had to be doing something. But let's get back to the topic. Is there any other reason to come to the Philippines besides a woman? I say it is. You know, that's always going to be there. That's going to be the talking point. I mean, everybody says, oh, they're not coming for a woman, but really they are. I think that should be a sidebar, though. There's nothing wrong with that. But, man, you know, if you don't hear anything I say today, man, we have to stop making women over here the focal point, because there's a whole lot more going on over here. Even remember, I told you when the live stream first started, remember the mudslide I was telling you about, the landslide? 2 days ago, it was only 27 people had perished, only 27. Now it's up to 68, and 51 people are missing, and you know, time's running out to rescue those people. He says, is the U.S. Embassy moving to Duma? No. The embassy, representatives from the embassy and the consulate, they do rounds. They go around basically to Expat Alley, where expats are. They come to you instead of you having to come to them. Okay, Moments with Mitch, thank you. Yeah, the vitamin D. Yeah, but it's not, they're not moving. They just do their rounds, Robert. He said, man, Dramageddon, Mark and Justin, yeah. But that's only 2 people, really. That's like a circle of people, 4 or 5 people. Guys, Dramageddon's nice. You'll like it. They said, yeah, Thailand somehow attracted the goofy hood dudes. Now they really look bad. Yeah, there's a different type of person who comes to the Philippines and a different type of person who comes to Thailand. A lot of people who go to Thailand, they're just followers, man. They're just going there because everybody else is going there. They're not coming to the Philippines because they didn't get the memo. Nobody's saying go to the Philippines. You know, I mean, it's just, I don't understand it, man. It's like, it's too childish. It's so immature. Man, trust me, guys, I promise you. Had I known all this was on YouTube, I'd have never started my channel, man. But it's too late now. But it's childish, man. It's weak. It really makes us look bad, all that talking about each other and all of that, man. And most of them aren't even over this way. They're not even doing anything. They're just miserable over there. Misery loves company. I don't get it. I'll never get it. Scalper S said, watch your overstay road. He is different from the rest, completely different to everybody else that talks about the same stuff. Well, he may not talk about the same stuff, but he's living the same way, Scalper S. You have to understand. He's not living any different than anybody else, really. This is the point I'm trying to make. That's why y'all watch him and me and others, because you're going to come over here and you're going to live the same way we live, the same way these bloggers live. Everybody from regular guy to Paul Old Dog New Tricks to me. You're going to live like us. You're not going to be different. You're not going to be way off the beaten path somewhere, off the grid. Okay, where nobody can find you. Like that man I helped that was way past Biowan. I forgot where the name of this place was. You're not going to be like that. Okay, that's why the video got so many views, because it was so different. You're going to be doing just what you see these bloggers doing. And he's not doing anything different. I watch his videos sometimes. He's not doing anything different. He lives the same way everybody else is living. Okay? Unless you have some type of specialty, like I'm a scuba diver, like as a pilot or something like that. You know, he said Thailand runs circles around the Philippines. Yeah, I guess it does. You know, it's just an opinion. That's subjective. That's all it is. It just depends on what you like. You know, in my opinion, if it was that much better than the Philippines, I'd be there. But I just found what I was looking for here. I mean, this is just an argument we don't need to keep having, guys. I mean, if you found what you're looking for in the Philippines or Vietnam or Thailand or Singapore, okay. But, you know, it just depends on what you're looking for, who you are. You know, I've been able to get it done over here. So that's why I say I'm okay. I'm just a simple guy. I don't need all that fancy stuff. If I wanted all that fancy stuff, I'd go back home. You know, I certainly don't want to be bumping into guys every 5 feet with all that drama over there, man. It's the same stuff, man. You know, that's why, because there's so many of us over there. That's the only reason why I wouldn't want to live there. I don't mind going around, like I said, going out to dinner with guys, shooting pool every now and then, but I want to hang around someplace. Everywhere I go is foreigners there, because eventually it's going to be something eventually. You know, somebody's going to say something about you. I heard he said this. S1 Philly Vibe said, less distraction for me, Cal, to eat healthy and soul search for an opportunity to work out, then spend time with my lady, me first. He says, I come for the safe, welcoming environment, golf, diving, and inexpensive cost of living. Throw goats come and go is needed. He said, get in where you fit in and let it ride. We all on the other side of things. Enjoy life, smile, relax, take it in. This is what I'm saying. I've been saying this for the longest. We're still on planet Earth, guys. It doesn't matter where you are. We're breathing the same air. You're drinking the same water. You're eating the same foods. You know, I just say take it all in. I'm not going to sit here all day and debate whether, and why do you always want to compare the Philippines and Thailand? That's like comparing apples to oranges, literally. They're totally different places. Thailand's history makes it different. It's going to always make it different than the Philippines. It's never been occupied. Okay? It's never been colonized. Okay? That's all I'm saying. So it's going to be different. He said, what do you do during a brownout? Do you panic? At first I did. But now I don't. I know what to do now. If it's in the daytime, I go outside. If I know it's going to be a long time. See, here in San Carlos, they tell us when they're coming. The little power outages like that, that's not a brownout. A brownout is they'll say, oh, you're not going to have electricity from 4 in the morning to 6 in the evening. They'll let you know like a week before. You can start making plans. Go to the beach, go to the mall. But when you first go through a brownout, even now, you'll never get used to it. But you're gonna be agitated, man. Yeah, the Philippines was colonized. I'm saying Thailand hasn't been colonized, Jabraz. That's what I'm saying. Thailand hasn't been. There hasn't been a full-fledged war fought on the shores of Thailand like it has been over here. The Philippine history matters, guys. The Philippines just didn't all of a sudden end up today like it is. There's some factors involved in that. The United States colonized the Philippines for 48 years or whatever it was. Rashad Smith said, do you ever regret advertising the field? Fellas flocking to the fields without the same respect that you have, and that can make brothers look bad. I respect you because you could have went the third route. No, because this place is so big and so spread out. Remember, I'm talking about Holo Salud. If you don't want to be around anybody, go there. They've opened it up now. The Philippine government says, hey, it's safe here. You don't have to worry about any of them Chads, Stads, or Brads over there. It's so many places you can go here. You don't have to be bothered with people. And it's so far away. And because it has a bad reputation, okay, let people continue to think that way. It's never, they always saying, man, it's going to be overrun by foreign. It's never going to happen. Okay, because it takes a certain type of person that can stay here in the Philippines to begin with. See, the guys who complain about the Philippines, they just can't handle it. They want something more custom to where they live. Thailand is more in tune with America and that infrastructure and that way of life. And that's just the way it is. It doesn't mean they're less than, but they can't handle it over here. I don't see much difference. I don't live much different here as I do at home, man. I promise you, I don't know what everybody's talking about. It just depends on what you come over here to do. I mean, I don't get it. I'm like, well, I'm not trying to build an atomic bomb, but I can do anything here that I can do at home. Do I miss Walmart? Do I miss the libraries? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand why they always want to compare Thailand to the Philippines. Why those two? Because they're over here in Southeast Asia. Why not Vietnam and the Philippines? Or Thailand and Singapore more? That's more like it. It wouldn't be Thailand and the Philippines. Yeah, it's all subjective. Lil Sai says, I don't know if we're looking for validation. It's just that past 40, it's kind of impossible to find a baddie in her 20s here in the West. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, I think we do need to, get in where you fit in. And that's what I've done. And I'll leave all that arguing and debating to everybody else because it's of little relevance to me. It doesn't bother me. I live a good life over here, man. And if I move to Thailand, I would live a good life. Or anywhere else, I'm going to live a good life. It has to do with the individual. I just came over here and cut out a standard of living for myself, man, that I could tolerate. He said, I don't have to go to the library. I have a Kindle, but no, it's just something about being at the library. I like that physical book. That's why I canceled my Audible account. I used to like it, but then I got to thinking, see, I'm going to show you something. I've got to have the physical book. I'm sorry, I ain't going to do it. I got to have the physical book to read. Ryan Lawson says, hey, Cal, I heard some of the islands don't have people or very little of them. Well, you're right. The 7,641 islands, only 2,000 are inhabited. So that means over 5,000, there's nobody on them. Now, I'm also going back to Gland. That's in the Sarangani province. That's the southernmost tip of the Philippines. I'm going there any time. I mean, and you're going to see, I took my wife, we wasn't married at that time. We was just, together. And for her birthday, I took her to General Santos, and they told us about Glen. They said, hey, go down to Glen, about an hour south of there. And we had the whole beach to ourselves for one day. I don't know if it's still like that now, but you're talking about a beautiful stretch of beach, man. And it's safe. It's just so much that you can do here. You don't have to be, this is not overrun by tourists. The Philippines is not. You can go places here where there's no other foreigners or no other tourists. Still in 2024. And that's what I like. That appeals to me. Nightclubs and all that fancy food places and all that stuff. It doesn't do much for me. Because now, okay, when I went to Dumaguete, Kevin from Too Much Time on My Hands 65, he took us to a place, man, got a nice steak, filet mignon. See, now, so if I get a taste for a good steak, I get on the bus, I go to hell Dumaguete. He said, it looks like the big man on campus mentality in Duma drawing straws. No, guys, y'all listen to me. That's only a very small group of guys with all that stuff. It's not like that with everybody, man. It's some great, great people that you're going to meet in Dumaguete. And I say great. I just met a guy. He's getting married not this Saturday, but next Saturday from my hometown. He moved to my hometown when he graduated from college. But he's 67 now. So he lives in my hometown right now, Louisville, Kentucky. A great guy. Kevin's a great guy. I mean, I met so many in Dumaguete. The people who are having the trouble, I really don't know them. I've met them before, but I don't really know them. It's just a very few. They don't make Dumaguete. Okay? When you get to Dumaguete and you go on that boulevard, they're all hanging in this place now called Bogarts. Okay? It's either Bogarts, mostly Bogarts, because you can see them. If you want to hang with the expats, that's where they are. Okay? Or Why Not Bar. But other than that, you're not going to see them. Yeah, you're not going to see them. Floyd said his guy told us he spent the most on his bed. His now wife got her uncle to help them get land and a house built, and the biggest concern was his bed because he worked 12 plus hours for 20 years. Well, they've got, real mattresses here. Now, that's one thing. I've got real mattresses on my beds in my guest house. I didn't pay a whole lot for them, but if you want a good set of mattresses here, it's going to cost you. But you can get them. He said, Cal, I'm moving to the BCO region, low or no foreign account. He says, if I need action, I will head to Cebu or Dumaguete. Yeah. Now, the only thing about that BCO region is the weather that you have to watch. But there's nothing wrong with foreigners. Y'all going to let a few foreigners ruin it for y'all. And when I keep telling you these, okay, how many guys is involved in that little mix y'all talking about? You're talking about thousands of foreigners in Dumaguete that don't even have YouTube channels. Okay, I'm boots on the ground over here. I'm telling you guys, it's not all of that. You're getting the wrong impression of Dumaguete. Hey, it's me, Marianne. Rashad says, fellas, my advice to any boxing fan, don't ever say that Floyd is better than Manny. Filipinos don't play around with that and will get at your neck. I found out the hard way after he lost to Marquez. Yeah, that's about the only thing in sports they'll argue about. I mean, why would you do that? I mean, he's such a great, uh, I mean, he's like a hero over here. He's far bigger than any athlete in America because it's really only him. He lifted the whole country and put it on his shoulders. Some people only heard of the Philippines because of Manny Pacquiao. He's transcended sports. I mean, so to come here and put him down, really to put any Filipino down, you're asking for it, but certainly him, he's far beyond any, he is the GOAT here. There's no argument about that. Yeah, he is the GOAT here. Yeah, me either. Me either. But I'm just saying that it's not all that drama going on down there. I can say it over and over, but if y'all keep clicking on it, thinking, oh, it's a big deal, when you see a couple of guys, he makes a great point. Grumpy Dude Brian, he said, guys, if your neighbors were vlogging their lives, it would be easy to assume your entire neighborhood are drama queens. Always remember the 90-10 rule. 90% of the bad noise comes from 10% of the people. Yeah, I would say it was even less than that here when it comes to expats. Because when you start drinking, you remember you got to put that alcohol on top of it. I told you it's another video going around of fighting in Dumageddon. And these are guys in their 50s, 60s years old. He's out fighting. He comes running. I think they said you only see this part of the boulevard. You don't see where he's coming from. But Merlin said it's the Wyandotte. I'm not going to say it's the Wyandotte because I can't see it. I know he's on the boulevard. He comes running out of there, tries to do a flying kick at the Filipino. He misses. He slips and falls and hits the back of his head. He just lays there, and then they just start pummeling him. I'm like, man, why would you come all the way here for that? I mean, they kicked him, and remember, it's like strangers start kicking his ass. They're going to jump you, man. That's what happened before here. Look it up if you think I'm just yapping on here. A young guy, he was teaching at Silliman University. He's in one of them bars on the boulevard. He gets drunk. He starts arguing with a local. They call him outside. He comes outside. They beat him to death. No one's ever been arrested for that. They jumped him, beat him with bottles and everything, stabbed him. Well, we don't know these people. Yeah, he said at some point you have to stop being so wrapped up in these vloggers and come here and live your life. There's more to the Philippines than YouTube. Absolutely. And women. It's just more to the Philippines, period. And you'll really see that only when you come over here. Because people all the time say, Cal, since I've been here, I haven't watched your channel. I say, well, that's the whole point. This is what I've been telling you for 3 years. Okay? You're not going to do it. You're only doing it now because you're bored over there. You have no idea what's waiting over here. But at the same time, you have to be cognizant of what the whole picture, guys. 68 people are dying from this landslide in Davao de Oro. It affects the whole country, not just that region. 51 are missing, and officials say time is running out to find more survivors. See, you always got to have that in the back of your mind. So you wouldn't be over here fighting and arguing with people. and putting people down and complaining. Okay? Remember what I tell you, I suggest to you, don't ever forget where you are. If you remember where you are at all times, you're going to be fine. You're in the Philippines. You're not at home anymore. So then you're going to find out, well, what's going on over here for real? Stuff like this, 2006. This is just 2006 because the story was connected to this one. In Southern Lady, there was a rock slide. It consumed the whole village. 1,100 people died. Over 1,100 people. A whole school was buried. These kids was buried alive. 245 of them. So why would you bring an arrogant attitude over here? Okay? A spoiled attitude, complaining all the damn time. When stuff like this is happening almost on a daily basis over here. Okay? You have to have some concern for human life, man. That's just being respectful of the people in the culture, because you hear people saying it all the time, but then they disrespect it. You fighting over some bullshit down there in front of Ground Zero, and people losing their homes, their lives, their whole families being wiped away. That's not showing respect for the people in the culture. He said, don't forget Efren Reyes, the pool shark. Yeah, but he's not the GOAT. You can say Efren Reyes and people aren't going to know him outside of the pool arena. And he's a big star here, but no, he does not compare to Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is the GOAT here. There's no other discussion. There is no GOAT argument over here. He's the GOAT. Yeah, he's no Manny Pacquiao. I'm sorry. Yeah, he said Philippines is closer than Thailand, and for others it could be the other way around. Less time to travel, more time for visiting. Yeah, but I mean, just if you find what you're looking for in Vietnam, why would you be complaining about what's not in the Philippines or what's not in Thailand? This is the part of that I don't get. If you're happy over there in Thailand, why are you worrying about what's going on in the Philippines? I don't get that. He said it would be nice if JRC consultants would open an office in St. Carlos City. Would it ever happen? I doubt it. Remember, they're going where the expats are, Robert, where the business is. It's not many expats here to fuel that business. So they're in Dumaguete, they're in Cebu. I don't know if they're in Manila. I know they're in Cebu and Dumaguete. They're going where the expats are in a close proximity. I haven't seen any, but I'm pretty sure they are. He said, hey, Cal, are there any memory pics or plaques of the history of the Buffalo Soldiers in the museums there? I've never been to a museum here. Okay. But I do know that when I was down in Mindanao and Zamboanga, I was staying at this Airbnb, and in the lobby, every picture on there was of Henry Ford. Henry Ford used to own some rubber plants down there. And it was way back. You remember when Henry Ford was living? Imagine he's flying all the way over. I guess he was flying. But, he was, he had some rubber plants over here for his tires, but I think it fell through from what I was reading. He says, as the Bible says, an idle man, meaning, is the devil's workshop. A man should always have something productive occupying him. I just watched some of that from these so-called grown men, and it's pitiful. Yeah, you're right. An idle man, that's a saying. this is what I'm trying to tell guys. You can't fuck 24 hours a day. Pretty soon you and that girl are gonna get up out of that bed and now what? What are you gonna do now? This is what you should be planning for, not some woman who's only gonna want to try to suck every damn dime that you got out of you. You're gonna try to suck you dry. Not that she has bad intentions, but that's just how it is. This is what you're running to. Those stories I did were not to embarrass anybody, but was to wake you up, to show you what happens when you put women first over here. When you don't have to, you got to put your own self first. Okay? He says, I didn't watch any YouTubers while I was in the Philippines. Why would you? All these beautiful beaches, all this natural beauty over here. You already got the woman with you. You should be somewhere exploring. Kick back, relaxing. The YouTubers do have a job, man. And I think we do it well. I just think that a lot of it is rooted in fantasy now. I guess it's always been. And now that the Filipino vloggers have come on the scene, they're making what I'm saying the truth. They're really not giving out any information at all, but they're the fantasy. Okay? They're the fantasy guy that y'all want. But they're not giving you any information at all. They're not really telling you how to meet a woman over here. Only a man can tell you that. They're not going to tell you that because they're not going to tell you the truth. Okay? Because, you have to be, it's pretty humbling if you're a Filipino woman to tell that side of the story. Okay? That's the real nitty gritty. So they're never going to do that. They would be, they're only giving you fantasy, really. It's nothing rooted in reality there. I'm sorry. I'm just telling you. Yeah, he said, doesn't some of those guys have grandchildren? He says, one of the Philippine interviewers asked Dwight Howard about the scandal. He said, no comments. What scandal? I know he was over here playing for that basketball team. Yeah, but see, we don't think about that. All we think about is fun and games. I think that's disrespectful. We don't control it. There's nothing we can really do about it. But I think a lot of the things that we do over here, man, we've got to be conscious of the fact that somewhere close by, people are struggling, man, really, really struggling. And I don't think we do that. I mean, if you're going to be on vacation, okay, big deal. But if you're going to live here, man, you got to know that, man. You got to restrain yourself from some of the foolishness we do over here. There's no reason I should be fighting anybody over here over any petty thing like that. When some people here don't even have anything to eat at the end of the night. Okay, remember they're losing loved ones. When I came here, I believe it was 2000, it was either late 2011, early 2012. Iligan and I want to say Cagayan de Oro, man, it's like 3,000 people died in floods. I mean, it was just so many people dying. And that's always stuck in my mind. This is why I give back, because I know what's going on over here. I'm not turning a blind eye to it. I'm not being ignorant of it. I'm not throwing my hands up and saying, oh, I can't do anything about it. I'm just one person. You can do something. You can, if nothing else, you can be cognizant of the fact that people are struggling. So quit with a lot of your foolishness, man, fighting over here. Come on. Isaiah Allen says, hey, Cal, I was curious if you were decided to leave the Philippines for another country, what Central or South American, African, or European countries have you even slightly considered Brazil? Rio de Janeiro, Brazil wouldn't be a question in my mind. If I had to leave here, that's where I'm going. I'm always going to go to a place where the weather's nice, where the beaches are nice, and where I've been before. He said there's an American and Filipino missing in Argyle right now. Wow. What happened? Yeah, he said travel to another country isn't for everyone. Most are conditioned to where they are from. And I think that's sad. But that's what's happened. We're comfortable. We don't know anything else, Harold. You're right. We think this is how it is. The whole world. We judge the whole world on our little situation. Well, I'm not gonna get into all of that. What he's he's a god in the Philippines. Period. Okay, I'm not gonna get into the politics side of it and all that. You know, of course they're gonna say you can't say. Why would you say that anyway? Why would you have that discussion with a Filipino? I mean, that's something for junior high school. I wouldn't even have that discussion over here. That's what I'm saying. Why would you even have that discussion? Hey, thanks, man. Actually, it wasn't even my idea, it was his. It's one of those things where I wasn't even brought into the uh, discussion. I just paid for it because I just wanted something simple to cover that little. Did y'all see the little uh, burner out there? Just so that when it rained, they could stay out there and do it or shade from the sun. I never saw that coming. The bill just got bigger and bigger and bigger to finally, when I saw it coming together, I was like, wow, I like this because it was exactly what I was going to build out here in front of the guest house. Anyway, so now I don't have to. I can just use that back there. Yeah, but uh he's nowhere on the level of Manny Pacquiao. If you go to the United States anywhere and say Manny Pacquiao, people are gonna know what you're talking about. If you say Efren Reyes, people aren't gonna understand who you're talking about. But yeah, I played pool. I was 14. When I was 14, I was a city champion there. And I still got the trophy to prove it. He says, I'm sure there's something there for David Fagan. Maybe it is because you got to realize a lot of the hits. I don't know what's taught in schools over here, but most people here and in the United States, they've never heard of the Filipino-American War because I hadn't heard of it until 2011. Hey, I was 48 years old before I ever heard of it. I heard of the Spanish-American War, but not the Filipino-American War. So David Fagan was talked of in the context of basically the Spanish-American War, really. When he actually fought in the Filipino-American War. Him and the Buffalo Soldiers, they related to the Filipinos in their struggle. And they switched sides because they said, hell, we're treated the same way at home. We're fighting on the wrong side. We need to fight with you against them. He says, I'm about to check out the throat growth vid. I missed it. Well, it was nothing. It was just, I was going to make a whole video, but see, I don't want to do stuff like that because I'm going to get away from stuff like that eventually because I just feel funny doing videos like that when people are dying around me. And then, of course, it's just ammunition for my trolls, but it's real life over here. I'm just saying she hates it when I call her a throat goat. And I'm just talking about because, I got that idea because I've seen a couple of videos from prominent vloggers over here, Filipino vloggers, right? By the way, I'm telling you, they're not going to tell you the truth. They're saying that Filipinos, they don't like oral sex. They don't do. And I'm like, maybe I ought to do my version of that. Okay. And I just told one little story in the beginning, really. Because a lot of the relationships over here, see, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys, but, you're not listening. The situation is such over here that a lot of the women that you come to see, they have no choice but to bend over backwards for you. But our self-esteem is so low that we're not absorbing that information. We're not getting that memo. You don't have to worry about that over here. But I can't get that through your head. You're talking about a man who's been here on and off for, in April, it'll be 15 years. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to these relationships. I'm seeing it right in front of my face. I've experienced it. I'm living it. It's not something I'm making up. I see what happens when you put the focus on the woman. A guy sent me a link today. TJ did. Here's the guy's video. It's a short. He says, I came to the Philippines single and I left a married man. You don't want to do that, guys. Yeah, it may get him views on the damn YouTube. But what happens when that video runs its course? You married, stupid, to a stranger you don't know nothing about. You don't want to do that. He was here for 2 weeks. He came here, got married, and went back. Crazy. He said, Cal, I'm installing my electric stove and oven, and Ace Hardware is out here, but they lack electric connector wire ties. The simple things like that that's annoying. They use black electric tape here. Yeah, but remember, don't forget where you come from. What a problem to have, Hal Funk Base. This is what I'm saying. What a problem to have. What if your whole family's been buried under the ground by a landslide? Come on, guys, keep that in your mind. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, let them use the black electrical tape. You're in the Philippines. Don't let that annoy you. Let it annoy you if you're digging out of a damn with 50 feet of rock over top of you. That should annoy you. We go through shit that's so petty here. This is the point I'm trying to make, guys. Listen to me. You should be happy. We bring that stuff, man, to the surface. You need to keep that stuff down here. I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying you made my point for me. What I was just saying. You got to keep that in the back of your head where you are, man. Somewhere near you, people are starving. And it may not, what annoys you here may never get fixed. So you either got to deal with it or leave. It's just that simple. But to complain about it over and over and over to somebody who's hearing you like, man, you got a good life. You're living in this condominium. You got the money. You know what we're cooking on? We're cooking outside with, the wood and the charcoal. And, my mother's probably got lung cancer because if you've ever smelled those fumes and that smoke, it'll suffocate you. You can't stand out there with it. That's why they'll start it up, put the food out there and go back in the house and looking out and keep coming back and forth checking it because that shit will suffocate you. I mean, you can't breathe at all. I got a whiff of that shit down in Zamboanga. Damn near killed me. Ron says, hey, Cal, is hepatitis A and B a shot I should get before arriving and malaria? That's a good question for your doctor, man. But from the people I talked to, I didn't take any vaccines other than the pandemic vaccine over here before I came, but I would ask my doctor. But hepatitis is, excuse me, endemic over here. And a lot of, we don't talk enough about that, because we just take for granted that the woman that you're chatting with is okay. I mean, we do some of the craziest stuff, okay? We come over here and jump right in the bed with women, man. We all do it. We all do it, man. Man, look at the risk you're taking. It's a hell of a risk, man. You would not do that at home. I don't believe you would do that at home. But you do that here. I mean, you can't take a greater risk than that. You cannot take a greater risk than that. But we're taking for granted, oh, she's okay. She said she's okay. You don't know enough about the Philippines to realize that's not okay. Because I didn't. Abel Journey said Manny Pack deserves his praise, but it amazes me that some people are resistant to acknowledging an undefeated boxer with a record of 50-0. Yeah, but I'm not going to get into that argument. And it's just an argument that's irrelevant over here with the way things are over here. This is what I'm saying, guys. I wouldn't get into that argument over here. Let them have that, let them have that. Let them win that argument, man. Yeah, that's because only in America, really. It didn't give me any trouble over here because in America, it's like everything goes. We bought into that everything goes stuff. He just, it's so unusual for somebody to actually practice free speech and we'll go crazy. I mean, okay, I was reading the other day where, what's the basketball player, the woman basketball player? She said something about, what's the girl that plays for Iowa, the real good basketball player, just broke a record or something. Well, she said, well, she broke it in 5 years or 6 years when the woman whose record she set the record in 4 years. Did she really break the record? Now everybody's calling, oh, you're racist, you're a hater. And I'm like, wow, the lady just voiced her opinion. That's why it's so crazy over there. That's another reason I left. He stood up and said, I'm against it. I don't agree with men marrying men and women marrying women. And they had a fit in America, not over here, because it's not legal over here. He says, all Filipino bloggers do is wear skimpy clothing and dance in front of a camera because that's all they have to do. Somebody wrote me the other day, he said, Filipino vloggers have it easy. Women vloggers have it easy, he said. There's two sides of that coin, because they're really naive, guys. They really don't understand what they're doing. They don't understand who they're entertaining, really. It's what I'm saying. And this is what I was trying to, off camera, I was telling July. I said, you have to be careful, because it's dangerous. And you hear on the interview that I did, she said, I don't show my apartment anymore because I'm pretty sure she's gotten some crazy emails and messages. She's wisened up. She said, I don't show where I live. Okay. They get the notoriety and they get the thirst dollars, but boy, they probably live in a lot of fear that I don't have to deal with because I'm pretty sure they got stalkers, man. Because guys will send them money just to try to, run up on them, man. Yeah, he said, nice weather, nice beaches, just speaking my language. Texas Filipina, W Secret Success just posted a video about him being attacked in Dumaguete at the Ground Zero place. Well, here's why the guy was talking about the Scamper S. This is what he was talking about. He said the Overstay Road, he doesn't say the same thing over and over. Look, guys, if you don't notice this, you're going to notice it now. Mark comes out with that video, okay? And he gets a lot of views. So now all those bloggers who cannot come up with their own content, the organic content, now they're making videos about this. First it was Geo. Then I've seen, he's talking about how to avoid, conflicts with expats. And then now he said Texas Filipino, not to say that he didn't do it, but you're going to see all these videos popping up. I won't do it because I did a video months ago talking about ugly Americans and how we act over here. And y'all won't listen. You wait until it actually happens. I'm over here, boots on the ground. I'm seeing it. I've been seeing it for years. We're ugly over here. So I don't have to wait until Mark makes a video to make one. But that's what they're doing. It's like, I promise you, it's 8 videos now circulating on my feed talking about this stuff, either directly or indirectly. But I'm just trying to tell you that I made a video, months ago. It had to have been 6 months ago I made that video. Mudslides in southern Philippines, over 54 dead, many missing. No, it's 68 now, Sperling Edwards. And they said time is running out to find more survivors. Yeah. But the women, we told them though, let's be honest. Go back and look at the videos during the pandemic and the lockdown. There was only one Filipino vlogger really. Filipino P. Okay. What they did was they sit back and watched us. They watched the content. They watched us. They watched our channels grow and be monetized and talked about and everything. And they were like, which happens over here and which happens in my neighborhood at home. We'll sit back and we'll see somebody else do it. We're like, I can do that. And that's what they're doing. That's all they did. Now they came out and they said, well, hell, if anybody's going to talk about dating, why can't I talk about it? And, from my point of view, and because that's all y'all talking about is women. Well, now I'm a woman. I'm a Filipino. Let me interview each other. And let's just talk about sex and everything like that. See, but eventually it's going to play out. And I'm kind of, well, it may not, but in my opinion, it's going to play out. Just like I told you, the Passport Brothers stuff, it was going to play out. It's not as big as it was. It didn't morph into this big movement that people thought it was. I saw the writing on the wall. I said, this is nothing but a handful of black guys or people, traveling around the country, because we're not traveling, really. It's the same thing's going to happen with these Filipino vloggers. Pretty soon they're going to have to find something else to talk about. Will they be rich by then? Probably. And they won't have to worry about it because Filipino P is certainly rich. July is on her way to being rich. I mean, it's just something that they learned from us. We told them. He said the sad thing is that the Philippines is not a poor country. I think it's just a lack of attention to the citizens and social services. I don't know. I would never speak on that. I would never speak on that, but it's certainly not a poor country. But I would never speak on that because who am I? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't begin to know how to fix that. Yeah, they copy success, but not just them. Okay, think about something, Thomas. How many janitorial services was popping up, barbershops popping up in the hood, landscaping businesses popping up from the same, oh, I can, if you can do it, I can do it. I'm going to copy success. The same thing. Well, no, I'm far from a pioneer. Now, as far as black men, I am one of the earliest. Okay, that really came over here and made an impact talking about the Philippines. Now there was a black Filipino, but I think he's doing something different now, because if it wasn't, y'all be over there watching his channel. But he was certainly a pioneer. Okay. But people have been doing this for a long time. I think what happened was, like, guys, like the very first person that I saw was doing videos like we're doing, talking about dating and life over here, was Rike. I'm pretty sure maybe there was somebody before him, but that was the first one I saw. He got so successful that they hated on him to the point where he couldn't take it. He, I don't know if he'll ever recover, but he wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just, what he did wrong was become so big and so successful. His videos used to get millions of views, y'all. Yeah, I mean, I hope y'all memory isn't that short. But they hated on him so bad that he basically said, is it even worth it? And then he tried to fight them back. Yeah, it is dying slowly, but I saw it because I saw the content that was coming from it. It was making it all about women. I'm like, dude, what about the freedom? What about escaping that damn matrix? You can go on my feed right now. You see these passport channels, and they're making you think that the woman is the prize. That's the reason to get your passport. It's not, guys. That's not the reason to. But that's the content they're putting out there. That's the story, and that's not going to last. It's not going to hold water, man. He said, funny you said janitorial businesses. My dad had a janitorial business, and a few cousins did the same thing afterwards. Yeah, I had a janitorial business in the 80s when it was really, people start. I worked for a janitorial supply company. Okay, and the people would come in, the janitorial services would come in and buy the stuff from us. So I was the manager, and my van driver, we came up with the bright idea. We said, well, hell, if they can do it, we can do it. This was in the 80s. But that's that copy success mindset. And it was over here. They was like, well, hell, if I can, look how much money they're earning. What we're earning gets us by. To them, it's a fortune. And now they've grabbed it. I saw the girl, what's her name? And I met her before when her channel, when the Philippines had just opened up. It's 2 years this month. Actually, probably today. When did the Philippines open? February 10th or 11th, 2022. Her name is Filipina Elated. I met her at the meet and greet. No, she came to my meet and greet in Lapu-Lapu. Shy, timid, couldn't even put two sentences together. We were supposed to hook up because she lives in Toledo City. And I said, well, when I get there on my way to St. Carlos, I'll call you. Well, it never happened. She kept on working on it, man. Now, yesterday, or 2 or 3 days ago, she had a live stream, 20,000 viewers. Okay. So you click on, you know how you can click on the live chat over here, right? I want to marry you. Oh, you're beautiful. Every last comment was like that all the way down. I'm thinking, wow, we are that thirsty. He said, Rike has reinvented his channel. He has AI models on his channel now. I mean, these AI models are fine. Yeah, they're AI though, but yeah, Rike was big. He would be considered a pioneer. But they hated on him so bad. But the women, you know, that's where all the support, that's where all the money is going to. But when they want information, they DM me, which I don't mind because the universe has a whole lot more money than you. That's probably why I'm still thriving over here. I'm not sick. Okay? I've got a great life over here because I help people like that. But when y'all want the real information, you come to people like me. But your money and your support and all that's going to them. Because it's all about the entertainment. Y'all made it all about the woman. These damn dating sites flip the script. They're geniuses. Okay, they read us over there. They said we can easily make these little beautiful women over here the prize, not realizing that you're the damn prize. Yeah, you're the prize, not them. And that's what they did. Yeah, he says only a small amount of YouTubers have successful vlogs, I believe. Yeah, but if you're one of them, you don't really worry about the rest of them. It's only a small fraction of people. We're just saying they're successful when they shouldn't be. Or I guess they should be. If the focus is all about women, then it makes sense that women bloggers can come up here and just, I mean, they're basically looking on their phones. I've got to have award-winning conversations with you guys 2 or 3 times a week, 1.5 hours or 2 hours, you know, to get any kind of support, any type of likes and subscriptions, right? They'll sit there with the phone like this, brushing their hair and then, you know, reading stuff off of her. Oh, thank you, Jim. Yeah, because Jim said you're beautiful over here. And they get 20,000 views. I can't compete with that. So I don't try. Tito Cha said, Cal, online dating will be a thing of the past. Filipinos just need a channel full of thirsty men and she can pick a trick and retire. Well, I don't think online dating is going to be a thing of the past. It's actually thriving. And the fact that there's more men online than women gives the wrong impression. Okay. There's more men than women on these sites. So it makes you think like the woman is the prize. When it's not. These women over here, we come over here and rattle their cage. We bother them. They wouldn't even be worried about us if we didn't come over here. Imagine the effort that it takes for us to come over here just to go on a date. The dating sites picked up on that stuff, man. They're geniuses with marketing and promotion and all this. So a lot of psychology goes through that. They put a few success stories on their website. You can't verify them or not verify them. So now all of a sudden you done bought into the fantasy. I want that. Not realizing all you have to do is just know what you're doing on the website or just come over here. And then you'll really see what's going on. Okay? But online dating is not a thing of the past. It's never going to be a thing of the past. It's gaining steam, man. But now this is right. You're right about this. All she has to do is pick one. But good luck picking that one. They get lucky, we don't. Good luck. Some of them hit the jackpot. Robert said, I opened the first purified water store in Phoenix, and then everyone saw the success and wanted to copy. It's just human nature. Now, I don't know if they're allowed to do that over here, are they? But it's more like a soft OnlyFans. He said, women and budget blogs don't dominate YouTube. Well, maybe in the Philippine genre, but no. These entertainment and gossip channels is what's dominating YouTube. This is what's getting normal people rich when they're just talking about what's going on, what the gossiping about what's going on in sports, entertainment, and different things like that. You know, Mike Epps was telling some jokes about Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp gets mad and says, "Hey, um, I'm going to push up on you when I see you." Right now, that's become all these talk shows are making a men off of these videos. If I was in America, that's what I would be doing, because on YouTube would send you suggestions. They send me suggestions in my studio on how to increase your views, and they'll say start making content on popular subjects, and that's all it is. That's what they're doing. He said, "Why were they hating on Rike and what were they doing to him?" What do you mean they was saying the same thing you see them doing to me, but he just let it get to him. But they were a little bit more, a few of them vloggers up in Angeli City, they were really hating on him because he was successful. It's just pure jealousy. That's all it was. And they just, wanted to bring him down. And, sometimes people are like, is it even worth it? Some people say it's not worth it. Because it's not like you can reach out and grab them. See, my skin is a whole lot thicker than that. I've been through hell and back. Somebody making a video about me or gossiping about me is not going to run me off YouTube. But maybe he hasn't been through that before. And he's wondering, like, well, why are you guys coming at me? Yeah, they were making videos, and just hateful videos, man, about the man. Some people can take that, some people can't. Yeah, I actually do when I go to the beach, because you're right. He said, "Unc, make sure you sunscreen on your head, or you can get sunburned there too." And that's happened to me before. Absolutely, because it's a fact. It's the truth. Merlin knows I tell the truth, man. Me and Merlin been together for 5 years, man. It'll be 5 years in May. It's not like we're spring chickens, man. We've been together. See, I was going to talk about trust today and how trust over here. If you're going to deal with anybody over here, you have to trust them first. And we lose that. You got to trust them first, and trust takes time. We're trying to turn it around. We're trying to love people and be infatuated with them and all that first. You got to trust them first. And see, I trust Maryland. That's why I don't have any problems, man. It makes life easier for you when you can trust the person. We come over here, man, we're making rash decisions when we don't even know the people. It takes time to gain that trust, man. Hey, Gobi Franklin said, "Cal, you do a great job with your topics, discussion, and community. Keep it up. It really helps." Thanks. I was telling Derek Q today to just keep doing what you're doing. Don't change, man. Just do what you do best, because eventually it's going to come back around again. I'm not going to change I'm not going to chase the money. I'm not going to chase the views. Okay. I don't work like that. I'm going to continue to do the vlogs that I do. I'm trying to get better. Eventually I'm going to have better equipment. I became cash poor when I built this house, but because that was most important to me. It wasn't building a YouTube channel and all that. Okay. So, my channel did suffer some, but I'm going to continue to do what I'm going to do, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I really do. But I'm not going to chase views and clicks. I'm not going to put Marilyn in a bikini like that on camera. She's been on my thumbnails. I don't even do that anymore. He said, that looking at their phone really pisses me off. And it's not just Filipinos, it's here also. Yeah. He says, how many islands have you been to? Probably only a handful. I would say, I'm going to say less than 10. And that's why a lot of the vlogs that you watch, you see the same type of information. We're living the same way. It's the point I was making today. Because we really haven't, we go to the same places. We live on the same islands. We visit the same places. He says, do you recommend a man under 45 to live out there, or will it be tough for a younger man? Thanks for your honesty. I joined late, so sorry if you already answered this. No, actually, I would encourage you to be younger. I did a video before. I said I wish I would have retired at 50 instead of 55. So you're 45 because you can take advantage. You're more in a position to take advantage of what's over here. There's younger women here if that's what you want. I mean, the activity is here for younger men, not 70-year-old men. You don't see many 70, 75-year-old men scuba diving and hiking, but they're here. You just don't see it. So a lot of what's over here is conducive to a younger man. So yeah, the younger you get over here, if you're able to, the better. And then, younger guys, they travel more. They have a propensity for travel. So you can go to Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia. So I would encourage younger men to come here if you able to. But remember, you either have to have a job, a lot of money, or recurring income. Hey, what's up, big dog? I tell her that I tell Merlin that I love her every day. Mike Dorsonville said the young Filipinos are not given any information you can even understand. He said you can't even understand half of the words they are saying, how long their fame will last. I guess until guys get over here. I don't really know. It's going to run its course, though. But I wish them nothing but success right now. This is what I was talking to July. I said, look, you need to buy you a house and a lot. That's the only advice I really gave her. I said, because you don't know how long this is going to last. This is not going to last forever. Get it now while the money's coming in. That way, when it calms down, because it will, or you may burn out. You never know. You can look back and say, I got a house and a lot. But if all you're doing with your money is traveling around and buying stuff with it, it's going to be gone. And you may not be able to get it back. Yeah, well, those guys do that kind of stuff because they can't get up to that level. That's all. I'm just saying that's all. That's the only reason they try to pull you down. They want you to come down with them. But it'll never happen. No, I'm sorry. You can do it, if you're going to be clandestine, you can do it. But more than likely, no. You can't handle 2 of these women over here, or 3. You guys are really out there, man. And your man, I like your confidence. You can't handle these women. How the hell are you going to handle 2 or 3 Filipinas? You can't do it. You guys are crazy, man. Can I have more? You better ask yourself that. Can I handle 2 or 3 of these women? I don't think you can. Yeah, well, this is something I rarely talk about. He said, people say Filipinos are not checking for brothers, but every brother I see over there has one. Thank you. See, so that's why I don't even talk about it. It's a no-brainer. It's like, why would you even talk about that? I was just seeing 53 Shades Darker uploaded a video. He was on his way back home, but he was interviewing a brother and, you know, his girlfriend or wife at the airport. Yeah, it's a great age. But yeah, guys, I got to get off of here. He says, anyone out there know much about Capiz? Is it safe, Sir Calvin? Have you been there? I actually have. Most of these places, guys, are safe. But, you know, the no-go zones are slowly starting to open up. Where are you going so dressed up for? Look at her. You ain't going to the gym like that. Yeah, you're not gonna have any problems there, Robert. Listen, I'm gonna say this before I get off here. The only threat you're gonna have is the woman sleeping next to you in the bed. That's the only threat. That's what you need to be prepared for. That's what you need to protect yourself from. Okay, the woman that's sleeping next to you, she's the one that's gonna cause you the most trouble. Not that Abu Sayyaf, not the MPA, not the bad guys over here. It's that little girl, that little woman you end up choosing. So choose wisely. So thank y'all so much for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. I really appreciate it, man. Hit the like, man. Hit the subscribe. I mean, that's the least y'all can do, man. Because I'm not going anywhere. He says from work watching the tube, all I see is young guys come there and drop babies and leave. No, that's not happening really. And a lot of times, you know, they want to have the baby to trap you. Okay, remember it takes two to have a baby, not one. They're not over here raping women. Okay. Yeah, they better put that good money to use. That's what I told her but she's going to be around for a while because believe it or not, a lot of her content may look cringy, but it's going to get better. This young lady's well-spoken, man. I don't know, you know, who's behind her and who's helping her, but she's not like a lot of these other women out there. I can honestly say that. I can say that if she continues to grow, she's going to be just as big as Filipino P. Do you think she's doing all that by herself? I don't think so. Okay. Maybe they need help. But if she continues the way that she's going to be just as big, if not bigger, because she's younger. Okay. She's putting more spicy stuff out there, you know, because Filipino P don't have to do it now. She can talk about whatever she wants to talk about. She's arrived already, you know. He says, I haven't heard you mention the Super Bowl. I don't even watch sports over here anymore. It's the same reason why people don't watch YouTube when they get here. It's too much other stuff going on. I'm not even in, it's a distraction to me. I can be doing better things with my time than that. I mean, I'm no longer in that culture anymore. I don't glorify these men who absolutely do nothing for me. And they do nothing for me or anybody else for that matter. Okay, I'm not hitching my star on the backs of these young men. I'm sorry, I don't have that much time left, guys. Okay. Yeah, but stay safe, guys. I'll see y'all next time. Where you going, hon?
They want us to go to Meg's.
To where?
Meg's.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta take my shower. Well, for what?